Hello traders, how is everyone hanging in there today? Crypto. All right, let's have a look who's in here. It's only saying there's let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's pump the likes and give Bitcoin a bit of help here, okay? If we can get this video up to 50 likes, Bitcoin will get back above 65k. All right, we'll make sure of that. Yeah, welcome everyone. I hope everyone's kind of all right. If you've been hurt in this dip, then yeah, it's another one of those days, isn't it? The amount of times that I come onto this, and say, why did you get liquidated in a drop like this? Because there's literally not really any reason to. 69k was the target. I've been saying that for plenty of time. I shorted $69,069 earlier on. I then took a short after that. I really wanted it to go to 69,420, but 69.69 is kind of good. It's another one of those meme things. It was going to happen. If we hit 69k, we were going to get a rejection from it. This is just the state of the market that we're in right now. And yeah, it's very similar to what we saw last time, right? Okay, so we had the retrace to backtest previous all-time high. It shouldn't have happened that quickly. The fact that you do go back to retest previous all-time high is not a good thing. You then have a bounce that comes out of it. What did we have here? Bounce that comes out of it, and then you crash. We're looking at exactly the same thing as we did last time, and we have been going over this. There were reasons to be bullish this morning, and those reasons to be bullish played out. And then you have a swing failure pattern at the highs, you get a rise into it on really low volume, big weakness, and you crash. So, yeah, I know probably there's a lot of people that have been, well, hopefully not liquidated on trades. I had one trade that got liquidated, actually. I had an ICP trade open. P, you've probably seen this because it's gone to our email, because it's on our... it's on the Toros Bybit account. It was one that I forgot I'd taken. I'd taken a leveraged long position on ICP. I'd taken profit on it, and then the rest of it just got wiped out. So I think I lost like 35 ICP. It's no big deal, but yeah, I got liquidated on that one. But other than that, I'm in a short position. That's more than paid for losing 35 ICP. What's that? It's not very much. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. So, big level to reclaim for Bitcoin is this 65k region. If it can claim that and close above here, not looking so bad. This is you get a flash crash like this, and this is what can potentially take out a lot of the traders within the market. And then if we do hit all-time highs again, or sometime soon, we'll probably do that on much less kind of overextended funding, a bit more of a natural rise. So I'm not bearish yet. Of course, this has changed local market structure, but it really is local market structure. Okay, this is the first time we've had any opportunity to buy really since 40k. I am still holding my long there, and I hadn't compounded it. I'd compounded it once within this region. Okay, and again, this would be another opportunity to look at that. Like, we had a kind of a big drawn out correction, and now we're getting this more of a flash crash scenario, and we'll see what happens. But realistically, as long as 58k is holding, then there's nothing bearish about this, but that's a really long way down. Senti didn't get liquidated. Although Senti did go risk off, which is a wise thing to do as well. You see a move happening like this. I think Senti was saying he went risk off around here or something, and probably was able to buy the dip. So yeah, happy days. Sorry, not happy days. Okay, let's have a look at this seriously. We're almost at 47 likes. I did say we would go back above. We're almost at 50 likes. I did say we'd go back above 65k if we hit 50 likes with 3 away. So Bitcoin's going to do it just on time, is it? Are we at 50 likes yet? Are we going to go back above 50k? I still see 47 likes. I see 48. Hey! Bitcoin is above 65k again. That wasn't so bad, was it? I'm having a single beer tonight just because I feel like it. Okay. Tyus Wolf, hello sir, I need hopium. Okay, here's some hopium for you. I'm gonna go over Phil Trashcoin. Yeah. I'm gonna go over a bit of hopium. So what this reminds me of, and it is kind of different circumstances right now, but what this does remind me of is after this range that we were in last year before the bull run started. Okay, we put in a range. Everyone was looking for lower prices. We were looking at this reaccumulation previously as being that. What happened then is Bitcoin broke out once, okay, put in a little mini distribution here, came up and took these highs a couple of times. It looked like a distribution. This was much longer time frames going on, and then we had this kind of thing playing out, at which point all the alts were running. This was the big DeFi summer of last year. Okay, so if anyone remembers this big DeFi summer of last year, we've had something very similar with the range that we've put in up at these highs, all the layer ones, all the DeFi stuff really, really pumping. What happens after that? Bitcoin comes up, gets an opportunity to fill short positions, 69k, pretty good opportunity to fill some short positions. It was always going to reject there. And then you have a crash down. Now at this point, Bitcoin dominance gets that push up that it needs. Because I was saying I do believe that a lot of the alts, the top is in for a while, and especially like at the very least on Bitcoin pairs. This was the time last week to rotate out of the altcoins into Bitcoin, start looking for other opportunities, and then we got a crash like this. This gave Bitcoin a lot of dominance. What happened after that is, well, we'll see. Okay, none of the altcoins came back to all-time highs, but what did Bitcoin do? Put in a little range at the lows and then went off on an absolutely insane bull market. And that's just how it feels today with a crash like this coming after, like, yeah, it's been much, much faster. Like the alt season kind of thing that we've had has only really been, well, actually, yeah, it's been around probably a similar time frame, actually, to be honest, since we last hit all-time high. Then we had the alt season that just came up to its climax at the end of last week. We have Bitcoin take a move up to get that initial push of dominance back. Then it has a flash crash that wipes out the alts completely. The alts don't now, in my opinion, a lot of the stuff that has really, really been running probably won't get back to those highs until like after Bitcoin stopped, if we're going to go into some kind of market like that. Now, I might be wrong. We might just keep on going with the whole market, or we might be going into a bear market. I don't know. But just my kind of feeling from this is that this has probably taken a lot of stuff down too low for them to really break out of all-time highs. But I do think that now Bitcoin continues its dominance, its rise in dominance, and gets a move higher. Now that's still what I'm looking for. I'm still looking for Bitcoin for higher prices, but again, chilling out on the altcoins somewhat. So let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance, and this is kind of what we mean, right? We were aware that Bitcoin was at support. The Bitcoin dominance was at support, and I'm looking for Bitcoin dominance to come up to about 45, 46. We've actually hit 45 today. So maybe this doesn't happen overnight, like the altcoins will almost certainly get a really nice bounce as well. But I do think we're still within that, possibly where Bitcoin does continue to outperform for a while, and then Bitcoin has its next run, I guess. But then altcoins still look really good. Like there's stuff like Link, just backtesting, broke out, Backtesting previous resistance, right? Let's just have a look on here. So you get a breakout, you come into the 618 on link. Okay, take profit. That was a take profit level, the 618. You come back and you test previous resistance. So not bearish. DOGE, you're just backtesting previous resistance after hitting the major resistance that we had sold at. Litecoin, red box, came into resistance. Take out the lows. You'd expect to bounce again at this point. I'm not going to get started on the Adonis stuff again tonight. That's not happening. What else has been looking really good? YFI we've been looking at, okay? I have an alert down here on YFI BTC. If that can come down and take its lows, I would look for a position in that. We're getting a lot of stuff that looks really like good opportunities here, good shopping opportunities. What's had the biggest dump? RSR. Okay, RSR. What's this come into? This will be a golden pocket, right? There it is. Golden pocket. You get a bounce. It'll probably settle down here. You take out some lows. Yeah. But this is what I mean as well. Like the stuff that's really done and like really it's kind of cooked and the market's it's over for it. Things like Shiba, that's done. I would expect. Is there anything on here that, like, I do think Sol was overextended. So I do think Solana was overextended. But again, you're just coming back to backtest previous resistance. Nothing more. Okay, this is not bearish. Yeah, you see these wicks. You have a breakout. This is what Bitcoin should have done after it broke all-time high. You have a breakout, really good volume. You get continuation on that breakout, hit target, backtest it. Solana doesn't look bad. I thought it was overextended. I do think, again, the BTC pair at support. I'm struggling to see anything bearish here. And if you were trading sensibly and you had your risk management under control, you had capital available to buy this dip, you've just been given possibly the biggest opportunity you're going to get maybe ever in the crypto market. Now, it might turn around, it might continue going down, but you've got to see a pullback in price as being an opportunity, because you sell when price is going up and you buy when price is going down. This is the first time price has gone down for, like, properly gone down for a long time. The first time we've had any real dips. When was the last time we had a crash of, let's have a look at Solana, a move down within a day of 12%? Certainly not here. So within a day, the last time we had that was the end of October. It's been a while, right? And that was when things weren't even looking, that was when things were like, ooh, are we going to have a breakout here, or are we just going to go to lower prices? Is everything going to double top? So the market wasn't really even as bullish as it is now. Yeah, I don't see a reason to be bearish. Oh man. I'll put my bear glasses on in a minute and I'll have a look at things. But all I see is opportunity. All I see is opportunity right now. Look at some of my low caps. Even the stuff that low caps are doing all right. Haven Protocol is another one that I'm in. That had a really great move up today. Anyone that wants to get into Illuvium, people have been asking for that for a while. There's your chance, right? what do we have here? Is this or is this not looking like a reaccumulation pattern if this can hold and get back within this range? Here's your spring. Here's your creek, Wyckoff stuff, okay? Here's your resistance coming down. If you can break through that, you're going to all-time highs again. An opportunity here. I don't... That's the thing. Everything has to reclaim what was once support. But... not bearish. That's a shame about this. I was looking for a pullback on this. Moon River. I got asked about that literally this morning. I told everyone within the crew, or well, I put it into Coach's Corner. Here was the chart that I had. We're at range lows. If that doesn't hold, here's your support. Where are we? We're at support. So Moon River, great opportunity. This, I was saying the other day as well. I even said this, like stuff that I'm really bullish on. I don't think that this channel will continue to hold. We haven't seen the top of the channel for a while. Come back into the green box. We're almost there. You're getting entries. People have been asking for entries on stuff for such a long time. And then when the day comes, they're either liquidated or too afraid to enter. But again, opportunities. Opportunities everywhere. And you just have to take each trade as it is on merit. Like, that's what I'm saying. I am in a short on Bitcoin. I'm not going to close it. I'm not going to take profit on it. I was out when this happened. I would like to see the CME gap filled. And that's down here. Maybe that happens. Maybe there's too many eyes on that at this stage and we've had that capitulation and we've come close enough. Possibly. But yeah, I am in a short on Bitcoin. But I'm not bearish. Crystal Ball, could you compare this move to the crash in March from 62 to 50k but on a smaller scale? Not really. Okay, so this is why I wouldn't compare this to March, because at that stage, Bitcoin had been in an uptrend for 191 days, yeah? Now, first of all, we've only just had a daily close, open and close above all-time high. But secondly, okay, well, it's been a while since we've been in that area. So I guess the amount of uptrend, maybe. But for this being the first daily open close above all-time high that we've ever had, we didn't have an open close above all-time high previously. This was the first day yesterday that we did have it. Yeah, I think it's a very different kind of market. This was clearly distribution going on at the highs. And it was very obvious, like, not obvious, but this was starting to get a bit exhausted. At this point, I don't really see that as much. Now, it could be. You got divergence here. You've got stuff that has led to the dip. But if I'm looking at the chart and I'm looking at this completely unbiased, I'm looking at, okay, here was a downtrend that we had been in. You break out of it, you come in, you back test, you fill the inefficiency on the chart. Okay, here's your breakout. So this was the resistance. You break through that with high volume. You're coming back in and you're just testing it. You're just testing this area. As long as this holds, when I will get bearish is if we do this and we lose this area. So we'll probably have to take another leg down, maybe to monthly open, and then we get held below here. At that point, I would probably get bearish. Okay, we shouldn't really be going down there. But for now, high time frames, fine. Danius, when Luke closes his short, instant pump whole market. Well, it like, yeah, I'm not going to close my short until a new all-time high. Yeah. So that short will not be closed until we break a new all-time high, which means that, yeah, probably instant pump the whole market, because that's what an all-time high would do. But right now, I'm very happy to hold this short. It's right up here. That is not gonna, that's in no danger at all for a while. I can keep collecting funding on that. Funding may go, funding's coming down a lot. That's nice. Funding will probably go down even more because people will be rage shorting it. They'll be like, I missed the dip. I had no money for the dip. And then they keep trying to short it. And we may hit all new all-time highs with like really kind of okay funding. But yeah, I'm not going to close that short. Because if we do enter a bear market, I sure as hell want a short. Because otherwise I'm losing money the whole way down. So if I'm not short during a bear market, if the worst happens, I don't think it will, but if the worst does happen, I want to be holding a short. Otherwise, I'm not a happy man. So, yeah. I'm happy with that. I did tell everyone that I was short. So the reason, when I went short, okay, we had this dip this spring and a very, very impulsive move up. Now, for me, that's to hit a target that it wasn't able to get. Like I was looking at this continuing on. We had targets higher up. There's my alert. That's where I really wanted to take a short. But I did have a couple of meme numbers lined up there, like 69.69 was taken as a short. And then what happened as we came down, we got the rise. We couldn't really get any volume back in above this high, so I shorted this. I shorted this here. We briefly went above it and then collapsed. And that's where we are now. So, yeah. I haven't even taken profit on my short because I've been out. I did have take profits. Have I taken profit on my short? I would have to check that. I don't know if I had resting limit orders or anything. Like I say, I've been home now. Oh no, I didn't take profit on my short. My take profits on this are 57,500 and below. That would have to get really bearish. So that's where my take profits are. That would be nasty. So I do have take profits within this region down here. Okay. Okay. I'm also only down on 2 trades. So I'm still holding a bunch of long positions, but I'm only down in 2 of them. That's comp and 1. So I bought some Harmony. I had started scaling into that. Now, obviously, I'm going to be down on that because I started building those positions quite recently. And the other one is comp, which again, I had started building that position quite recently. So I'm down on those 2 trades. Everything else, I'm still up in. Like quite significantly up. So I'm very, very relaxed tonight. It's very good. Yeah, comp I've been buying around this area. Like 22nd of, everything was like the 22nd of October when I started building positions more recently. I must have compounded it. But again, comp doesn't look bearish. Breakout backtest. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Super chats. Zogus, negative 3% funding on OMG, FTX. So, FTX, like this is the thing, this is the crazy thing with OMG. I'll look at XRP in just a minute as well, and the rest of the Zagas tips are just him being crazy. Yeah, the OMG stuff, I just say stay away from OMG. They were like notorious for having the worst rug pull in 2018. Then they completely changed their entire branding and everything about them. They started doing something completely different, and now they're probably going to do the same thing again. I would not buy OMG. No chance. When there's so many opportunities to take trades, silly. Anyway, XRP from Wold. Thank you very much for the 10 euros, Wold. All right. Not. Yeah. This looks okay. So again, with XRP, we had been looking for a long. We were saying on another stream recently. I remember the last time we were looking at this on stream was when price was here, and it was just a case of okay, we're caught within this region. It's very kind of flat. We're at this point of control. We'd be looking for a move up. It's back tested it once. It's had another markup in price, and we're looking at probably if it can reaccumulate within this region. I do think it goes on to higher targets. What else has it got from this? Again, it's a crash the whole market. It never really came into that monthly open area. Maybe we go a bit lower. Right now, on XRP USD, what you're left with is golden pocket with point of control. Okay, so a pretty global point of control here. You came up into a couple of targets on this. If it can grind down, and I wouldn't be surprised it is XRP, it probably will. But if it can grind down over the next few days, the next couple of weeks, into this area, $1.09-ish, that would look quite nice. I think that would look like a good opportunity to buy. What you probably have to happen is for the XRP BTC pair to go down as well, which doesn't actually look as likely. So for me, this BTC pair is looking more bullish. You've backtested the monthly level. That had been a level that we were looking for it to flip after coming into support. The green region down here was our support area. It then claimed this monthly level, and it's just taken stops. So you just have these stop losses at the lows, liquidity down here. So that could be the fuel that XRP needs to get a move higher up, and it might just never have come back into this area. This could be the area that you're really looking for, but it's 2 cents higher. In the grand scheme of things, I think XRP will probably be at $10 at some point soon. So yeah, that looks like a backtest. The other thing that it could do is come back into this zone and take out these lows, which would again be really nice. So that might be how it gets into this area. If we do have this grind down on here within this area, and we have this grind down on the BTC pair, then maybe that's how you get to that point. Yeah. Ben Rock, Bitcoin 20k. No. No. Andre, I'm max leverage on OMG lol. Mark price is higher because people are hedging the airdrop. It's not true. I don't think that's what's going on here. Why would it be that easy? Okay? Why would people hold price down for an airdrop and then pump price afterwards? Once they've got that airdrop, yeah, what is much more likely, and people, like, I don't know, I could be wrong, I don't know, but if I was a market maker, or if I was a market maker for OMG, I would do this in order to get all that exit liquidity that is needed for the entire market, all retail traders thinking, oh my god, look at this, it's so amazing, OMG is at negative 3% funding. I can collect funding on my pathetic little $100 trades that's going to do absolutely nothing for your portfolio. You get everyone long, you get all the tiny little traders long, because that's what they're doing. They're getting all the small traders long, and then once that airdrop happens, if that even is the plan, pull the absolute rug out of it and just crash the whole thing. They've done it before. OMG has done that before. They did it in 2018. They could do it again. They did it in 2018 when they were a completely different company, doing completely different stuff with a completely different brand. So that's why I'm just saying stay away from OMG, because I just don't think it's sensible. Yes, it might pump after this airdrop nonsense that's happened, but they're not big enough, first of all, to have airdrop hype. Does anyone really hold spot OMG? I don't. I used to, I don't anymore. So I don't think they're big enough to actually deserve airdrop hype. And I think that anyone that is long OMG or has been buying it based on the hope that it will pump because it's being held short, it's being held down, is gonna get wrecked. And that would just be my thinking. Now, do your own research. I've not really looked into it at all. I don't know. But all I can say is, like, if I put myself in the mind of the market maker on this, why the hell, if everyone is going long, would I then rip price higher? So, yeah. And how far down are people on their trades right now? So if you've been going long OMG, I don't know, maybe. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. Look at it. It does not seem like a good idea. The other thing on OMG, the only thing that was holding it up, and I can just go on to this here. OMG Binance Futures. No, it's not Binance Futures. It is OMG USDT. Oh, what was the one I saw? Here we go. Here's your big buy wall that was holding the OMG price up. They just lifted it, and as soon as they lifted it, you get a dump. So, yeah. Also, this is another interesting thing about OMG. As soon as price comes back to an area that's within a normal kind of mark price, most people will get liquidated on those positions when price starts to come back up again. At the moment, they can't liquidate you because you're in such a massive queue of just... The exchange just has a queue of millions and millions and millions and millions of traders right now that are waiting to get liquidated. They cannot liquidate those positions right now because the mark price is so much different to the index. As soon as that comes back to normal, as soon as you get some normality on OMG, the vast majority of all contracts opened are just automatically going to get wiped. It's just going to happen. If you're using any leverage on this, and we're looking at the difference now of like 20% or something, if you're anything more than a 5x on that position, you are probably going to get liquidated when price comes back up. Although you haven't even been liquidated yet, because they just physically cannot liquidate you. Because they can't, the liquidation engine just can't do that. It's there to protect from these flash crashes. But when price comes up, you'll probably lose your position. So anyone feeling clever right now for having longed it, you're probably not going to have that position when price starts coming back up. There's so many other opportunities out there. OMG is not a good one. Really. All right, where are we now on Bitcoin? Still looking good. I wish I compounded my big Hail Mary long. I'm now only loss. Oh no, I was down on 2 trades, wasn't I? Comp and 1. Yeah, still down on 2 trades. Out of 26. I'm long XRP and that's like, it's doing great. Andre, if you're, it depends where you're long from. If you're long, like it looks like 25x, you'll get liquidated on that. If you're underwater right now, they'll liquidate you when that comes back to normal. They just can't do it physically right now, unless you like long, unless you got the absolute bottom of it. But when price comes back up, it will probably liquidate the position. We did have confirmation from the exchange that told a couple of people that earlier on. So you probably will lose that position. But again, it's you do YOLO trades that have just no risk to reward. I don't see the point. I wouldn't touch it. Look at all the other opportunities out there. 6,000 altcoins. What is it? Like 10,000 assets you can choose to trade, all of which have really nice technical setups. You don't need to go around doing hopium trades. Anyway. That's just my opinion on it anyway. I don't mean to shit on anyone that has taken out an OMG position. That's your own choice. I just think it's... Why? 610. Hello, mate. KAR. Let's have a look. KAR USD. Jerome Lee, is Shiba a good buy now? Probably not. It's hard for me to analyze this chart. All I probably would put on here... You got a range. You got support at the lows. You got resistance back up at these highs if price gets there. It's a very low cap altcoin. I don't really want to do... Like, you've already come back and tested the main support, which is this order block, right? You've also come into the daily OB at these lows. So you do have support within this region here. So there's your support. There's your daily order block here. Your basic, it's that support. If you like the project, it's a good time to buy it, I guess. I'll check Shiba really quickly. I did check that earlier. I'll check Shiba. Ben Rook. I'm going to bed. Buy D-Race. Now could be a really good opportunity to buy D-Race. I did get quite excited about that because of Michael Owen. Yeah, you could buy Shiba here. It's bounced off of this. Now, the thing is, I don't think we're going to see all-time highs again on Shiba. But as a very quick trade, I'll be impartial on this. You've come in to backtest this area. The only way that I would look to trade SHIB would be if it gets a move up and then back tests this area here. So if we can move up, and I wouldn't be against taking a long on this, although it's the most stupid asset in the world. I would not be against taking a long on this if it does clear a little bit of resistance and gets a back test, because there's enough percentages here to actually trade. So get a move up, prove to me that you're actually gonna stop dumping. That's step number one. Prove to me that you're going to stop dumping, and then I could take a long on this. What P means is super chat for a request, not super chat. CC, I'm not gonna. Yeah, again, if anyone wants me to look at any other stuff, I'm looking at Shiba because loads of people have asked. But if anyone has any specific ones they want me to ask, want me to go over, then that's the rules, yeah. Sniper 1, do you think the China Evergreen crash will drop the market this week? It's done, right? It's already crashed the market. And no, I don't think it has any effect on the market because the entire world, every man and his dog, knew they were going to declare bankruptcy, they were going to close down. Everybody knew that. The entire world. Anyone that's got money in that market would have pulled that out a long time ago. So yeah, it's the same with any news event. Like, we've had a dip today because of a technical reason. I'm sure the stock market pulled back from a technical reason, because it must have pulled back. Yeah. Literally, there's absolutely no reason why, because of a news event. All right. What do you do on the stock market? Distribution at the highs. Yeah. So this is S&P 500. Distribution at the highs. Kind of like a descending triangle, or at least consecutive 3 lower highs going in. Change of market structure. Then you take out these lows. You fail. Why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep doing the text thing? And this is what I mean. Like, it's not because of the news that you've got to dump today. Absolutely not because of the news. You lose support. You test it 1, 2, 3 times. You can't reclaim it. There's absolutely no way that this is going to get come back up here. So you can't reclaim it. And what happens? You initiate another move down. Oh, and surprise, surprise, where has S&P 500 come back to fill? Big inefficiency on the chart right here. Now, not a big inefficiency on the chart. It has tested that area that it was always likely to do. So, not a news event. Probably good timing that they decided to put the news out there, because it just creates a bit more panic in the market for any positions that had already been short and knew that this was coming. Because if you've got big money in the market, you are short, you know what's going to happen. It was only a matter of time before they declared bankruptcy. It was always going to happen. They're never going to get out of it. And then what happens? You dump. And then the market will start to look bullish again, and they'll be like, oh yeah, we've come to some kind of agreement, or it's not as bad as anyone thinks. It's not. Don't need to see the news. You just don't need to see the news. All right. Bitcoin weekly candle, for now, still green. It's going to be difficult to get through all of this resistance. You break all-time high, you're going to get profit taking. You hit 69k, you're going to get profit taking. It was a technical reason, it had the meme factor. You get through 69, and then suddenly 72, 77, 78, 80, 88, all again technical levels, but they become a bit easier to get through. So if we do continue going higher, the resistance isn't going to be as strong as what we're seeing here. This is like, what did ETH do when it came through its really, really big area where it had to break through its all-time high? Where was that? Here, okay? This is ETH trying to break its all-time high earlier in the year. What does it do? Uptrend. Oh, can't do it. Uptrend. No, can't do it. Again, no, can't do it. Eventually decides to actually just chill out for a bit when everyone thinks, oh man, I'm fed up of Ethereum. And then at that point, you go on a big run, yeah? Bitcoin, very, very similar, okay? This is a major all-time high on Bitcoin. And we're in a clear uptrend. Okay, so you break all-time high. No, good try, not quite. You break all-time high again. Oh, good try, not quite. And then what happens, the more and more this goes on, if we can then start to consolidate within this area, start to do something like this, actually build a bit of value here, then maybe the third attempt is what makes it a bit easier, because then you're through 69k. That's a really big level, just for fun. Like, I shorted $69,000 and $69,069 just for fun. So think how many other people are going to do that just to have that on their record, that they were like, I shorted 69,069. And think how many people will do it again when we get to 69,420. So if we do break another all-time high, short 69,420, you'll probably get a pullback. After that, the memes disappear. You're looking at 100k overall. All you have above you is technical, macro technical levels, at which point 72, 74, 77, 78, they're all there on my chart somewhere. That becomes a little bit easier to get through. So right, anyway, I am going to call it a night there, because I've got the trading room with the crew in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to say goodnight to everyone. I hope everyone's doing okay. Let's see what happens. If we do, we probably do see another pullback on the chart. But again, no reason really at this stage. You would expect this to reject. Like, you get caught below these. What happens, the only reason I get bearish now is if we come do this and we then get trapped here. If we get a bounce after we get a higher low, which I do think is likely, I do think we probably form a higher low, and there is a reason for forming that higher low here. So I would look to enter long positions here. If price comes down, I'm looking for longs. At that point, take profit, back at 65k, if you get a bounce, if things start to roll over and we start to do this, then everything starts to become very, very different. What would be nice is if you have a move into here, you'll probably reject the next time. Then you might come back into wherever this reference is, 64k, and then you can flip this and start to look again at all-time highs. So we're either going to have some head and shoulders thing play out here, or we're going to put in a bear flag after probably bouncing at 63,300. So if anyone wants to know, just again, non-financial advice, do your own research. If we get a pullback to 63,300, I personally would probably look to take a long position there. I would then look to close it, or at least take major profit. And then it's really that reaction when we do come back up to 65k that is very important. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's probably my plan. Again, trading room in 30 minutes with the crew. If anyone would like to join that and you want to go over some more analysis, I'm going to go over it. Luxury, our coaches are going to go over it. Other people within the community can ask questions and stuff. So if you do want to join that, we're going to be doing that in half an hour. You can sign up again still on the old website, because I still haven't put the new website live, although it's still pretty much finished. So yeah, you still have the old link. There's still the old prices there for now. And you can join the trading room in half an hour. But if not, then yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will catch you soon. Tomorrow, maybe I'll do a video or a live, or maybe I won't. I'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, cheers everyone. Have a great night, and I hope you didn't get liquidated and don't get liquidated if this